Welcome back to another video about the interview update. For the last week, I've been busy with my business trips, so I couldn't do any recording. In this video, I will talk about the interview update for May and also the interview from previous year in June, July. Secondly, I will answer the question from you guys. These are the country that has interview in May 2024, and some of the country has online interview. In Pakistan, so far there are 2 days. The 2nd of June interview was in the Pak Turk International School, Islamabad. And for the 6th of June, I got the information from student from Lahore, but I'm not sure which school he's from. So please write it down if you got any interview in the future also. So I will also update the future interview date on my comment under this video. I will pin it. And these are the country lists from 2023 and 2022. So you can see the interview dates are not really the same from each year and each year. And one more thing about the Pakistan, I see that they have a different dates interview. One student, they say the interview is on 15th of June. Another student say 13th of July. The 15th June interview was in Lahore and the 13th July was in the Pak Turk International School and College, Islamabad. So different students had different date, June and July for Pakistan, because they are very, the applicants are a lot from Pakistan. So just be patient, you have to wait, and in June and July, this is the ultimate date. Now let's go to answering some of your questions. So some of you guys are still waiting for your interview email, even though the interview has done or it's coming soon, but you haven't got the email yet. So I asked some of the students from the same country this year. For example, Morocco, they have an interview for 2 days, 13 and 14 of May. But I asked 2 students and they say they received the email on 5th of May. So on the same date, they receive it, even though their interview are on different date. So this is the observation from the students. So most likely they are sending the email almost at the same time, you know, in one country, because it will not be fair if they send it in different day. Most probably they might send it like 1 day or 2 days late. It's possible, but a week late is too much, right? But as I say, the Pakistani students from last year, they have interviewed 2 dates in June and July. So they have different months. So which means they receive the email on different day. The interview email come 2 weeks, maximum 2 weeks before the interview. But some of the students this year, I'm seeing they are 10 days, 1 week, 5 days, some of them even, you know. It is likely that they are sending the email like almost at the same time for each country if the interview is 1 day, on 1 or 2 days, but they are like close to each other, right? But I believe if they have like 2 interview days in 2 months, like 2 times in a country, they will send it 2 times separately. It depends on the number of students. So if there are a lot of number of students, they will get it 2 times. The period is the same, like it is the same period, May, June, July. For this year, one of the country, Nigeria, has a postgraduate and undergraduate degree applicants. They did the interview for 2 days. They both do this interview online and they have different date. And no matters for the online interview of the undergraduate. But for last year, for the physical interview, I heard that they do it all on the same day, like from PhD, master, and then undergraduate students interview on the same day. My interview meaning it is mostly for the postgraduate application, because they have no math test. They are doing it online. But for the undergraduate exam, one of the students from Yemen currently living in different country, so they cannot go to Yemen to take the exam, right? So they are doing it online. But this is only one person I'm getting the information. I haven't got the information of Yemen from the student who are living in Yemen. This is the overseas student. You cannot choose if you want to do online or physical, because physical is most definitely you have to do physical for undergraduate student, because you need to take the test. When you receive an email, it is written already in the email you need to take the test or not. So for the postgraduate applicants, they don't have a math test. I'm seeing most of the postgraduate master PhD applicants, they are having the interview online. So because there is no test for them, only undergraduate students are taking the test. The math test for this scholarship basically testing your IQ. So it's nothing to do with like your major, right? They will only compare the test grade based on the different departments. So they will not compare you art student, Islamic student with science student. You will have to take the math test for all the undergraduate students. They didn't have any exception. Unless you are taking it online, maybe you don't need to take it. Or if you are from like minority country with lower number of applicants, like, or if you have very high quality, high level of education, something like some exception. Last year, someone from Brazil, I think, or UK, they didn't need to take the math test because they are like minority country. If you didn't take the exam, it doesn't matter. You can still get the chance to get interview if your other qualifications are okay, good. You have to take the math test. It is like a requirement. Some of the students who already took the exam in May, in the first week of May, they say the exam is difficult, but they say the exam does not affect too much on the application. They just want to see like how you are thinking, how much IQ you have, the way you are thinking. This something like that, not like grading, like if you lost -1 or -2, they don't like do it like strategically like a US exam. That is entrance exam, they need the score. This one does not have a score. They just compare with your others applicants. They just want to see your quick thinking, IQ. Math test exam is not affecting your university admission or major decision, but it is affecting comparison with other applicants. They need to decide. They cannot just take all the students. They have to have some decision factor for that. For the university admission major decision, it is depending on your high school grade or SAT grade or TRU's exam if you take it, because they have a minimum grade for each department. This kind of statistics, it's not released anywhere, so they don't even officially release like how many students can get or something like that. But some education center or college in some country announced their achievements, such as the Turkiye International College. They announced they got the student accepted for 10 students last year, and previously they also have like 12 students, 20 students, like that. So each year the number of acceptance students are different for each country as well. The application evaluation process consists of 4 stages. The pre-evaluation, final decision after pre-evaluation, and then interview, and then the final selection. For the pre-evaluation, it's based on the minimum academic, age limitation, all the required document. If you pass all of them, like you pass the first pre-evaluation. And then for the shortlisting for the interview, it's based on your academic, previous qualification, academic interest, career goal, consistency of your preference, the choice university, and also the letter of intent and participation in social activity. Based on all these, they shortlist student for the interview. After the interview, selection committee will select based on your interview result. So that is the stage of the evaluation for this scholarship. It's very, very competitive. So they didn't exactly select like how many students should come from this country or not. No, they compare based on the department selection, how many students can be admitted into this university.
So during the interview, if you have any correction you want to make, you should tell them. Make sure you have a proper reason to do so. If you want to change any preference or anything, just make sure you have a valid, proper reason. After the interview, the committee has evaluate your interview result, how well you perform during the interview. They will make the final decision based on the overall eligibility of the candidate, such as university admission. So you have your first priority, first preference university. So you have like 12 preference. So if you didn't get accepted into any university, they will just give you the one suitable for you. Also, it's based on your English preference or the Turkish preference. Like if you make any specific preference, you need to have their requirement documents such as English certificate. So it's all based on your required documents, which must match with the university that you choose in your preference list. So this is the most important one at the end of the interview. So if you fulfill all these requirements, and you did well in your interview, so you will get selected for the scholarship.
If your country has already done with the interview, most likely that you didn't succeed in this round and you will not go for next round anymore. So you have to apply for next year. Unless if there are a lot of students, if they are gonna take a second interview, for that case, you have another chance for this. After you finish your interview, the whole interview including the exam, they will give you the result, which will be the final one. They will not give you like you passed the interview or not. They will just give you the final acceptor of the scholarship in August. So you have to wait for the email, or you have to check also the update in the system, the DBBS system. Last year they updated in 4th of August. They announced that decision has been done. So after they announce it, they send an email. 2 to 4 days later, they receive the email. The student keep receiving. If you didn't take the interview, or if you already took the interview, no matter what the case, they will give you acceptance or rejection. You will not see the result right away on the evaluation system. The status will not change at all. Even if you took the exam, you took the interview, or you didn't take the interview, the system application status will not change until the last final decision in August. The student who took the exam already told me that it is 40 questions in 1 hour and 15 minutes. It is a little bit tricky and long. You can still practice based on my video and all this previous question to give them a good impression that you are like a good student. The interview has both face-to-face interview and the math test. Normally they have the math test on the same day. At the interview time, you have to take the math test before you go into the face-to-face interview. So they give you the interview time, which like 9 a.m. So you have to go to that embassy, be there before 9 o'clock. But they will give you the test first, like that time, 9 o'clock time, maybe 10 o'clock, but you have to be there at 9. They will give you the test that time. After that, they will put you for the face-to-face interview. We don't know when exactly is the face-to-face interview. It will be like afternoon. even though your interview start, the time of the interview start, it's in the morning 9. Interview timing, the whole thing, which includes the math test, also the face-to-face oral interview. That's it. For any update for this upcoming country, upcoming months, I will write it down in my comment, and this video, which will be pinned, I will keep updated there, so you can just check it. I already prepared the interview tips in my previous video, so you can check it out if you have the interview. I hope you get the interview email very soon, and then you can do well in your interview. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.